Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about when Bannon's going to get picked up. Steve Bannon. Because honestly, that's like 80% of my inbox from last night. People asking when he was actually going to be, placed in the back of a car. Okay, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, the House panel that is looking into the 6th, they voted unanimously to hold Steve Bannon in contempt, criminal contempt at that. And this is because he has been pretty defiant when it comes to the subpoenas, not turning over documents, refusing to be deposed, that kind of stuff. Not a lawyer, but yeah, I mean, that sounds like contempt to me. So, the House panel unanimously voted to hold him in criminal contempt. So he gets arrested, right? No. The reason there's this confusion is because there was kind of some lax coverage on this out of all the articles I read. I only read one that lays out what happens next. So after the House panel votes, okay, which that's happened, then it goes to the full House, and that's going to occur on Thursday. It's probably going to pass. So at that point, the Speaker of the House will have the option of certifying it. Okay? Once that happens, he gets arrested, right? No. Then it goes to federal law enforcement. And at that point, federal law enforcement decides whether or not to go forward with it. They review the report and they're like, okay, yes or no. If they decide yes, that's when he gets arrested, right? No. Then it goes to a grand jury. And if the grand jury decides to proceed, that's when he might get picked up. So this isn't an immediate thing. It doesn't occur quickly. So those who are waiting for it, you may be waiting a little bit. Now, the other thing to note is that this is it's not a huge charge. Realistically, I think the sentencing is a minimum of 30 days and up to a year. So it's not a huge deal, but it's definitely enough to get people's attention, and I kind of think that's what this is more about. There are a couple of takeaways from it. One is that it seems as though the House panel looking into the 6th, well, they're done. They're done playing around. They plan on playing a little bit tougher with this. And they're trying, in my opinion, trying to send that message to anybody else who might be considering following the former president's advice and obstructing this process, refusing to cooperate, so on and so forth. Kind of a way of saying this is what you're going to be looking at. Aside from that, it's a pretty bad sign for the former president, for former President Trump, because what this really tells us is that House panel believes there's information they don't know. There's information about the events that they don't have yet, and they feel pretty strongly about that, because they're not going to go through this and then be embarrassed if Bannon doesn't have anything. So my guess is that they have strong reason to believe that there is more to the story than we currently know, and that's why they're going all out on this one. So, in short, the former president's former strategist and advisor, he's in a little bit of trouble. I do think that this will proceed through the steps. Now, maybe if he throws himself on the mercy of the panel today, he can avoid some of this. Once it leaves the House and goes to DOJ, there's not much that can be done. I don't think, even if he changed his mind at that point and decided to cooperate, I don't think it would necessarily stop the proceedings. So I definitely think that the House panel believes that Steve Bannon has information that might alter the story, that might reinforce what a lot of us may believe, but can't necessarily prove. And I think that they believe Steve Bannon has that information. So until then, it's kind of a waiting game. So anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.